Hey guys, what's up? It's me here, JPineapple, and I'm back again for another video. And this time, we've made it here, guys. We have, of course, reviewed all the figures from this wave. And this wave consists of Black Panther, Eric Killmonger, Nakia, Black Bolt, Submariner, and Iron Man. And we've made it all the way here to the Build-A-Figure Okoye. So, here you go, guys. Here's the BAF. The accessories that this BAF comes with is this, of course, comes with this spear thing, and also comes with this knife. But I'll just, before we of course get into the BAF itself, we're gonna just say which figures in the wave come with which pieces. So Black Panther comes with the head, the body comes with Nakia, the two arms come with Namor, both arms come with Namor. I believe the left leg goes with Black Bolt, and the right leg goes with Killmonger. So, yep, that's where all the pieces come from, and this spear and knife are included with the body with Nakia. So there you go. That's where all the pieces come from. We're going to get right into it now and start reviewing these pieces. So we're going to have a look at this spear. I think the spear looks cool. You know, it has all this silver paint up here, which looks pretty nice, and it has some nice sculpt work here for the handle. Looks pretty interesting. No real other paint work besides that silver paint. It is a bit chipped up there, so you know, I think that was more my fault, probably my fault, because I don't remember it being like that in the package. So yeah, back onto the figure itself. Now we're going to have a look at the head sculpt. This is a very similar. This is basically the exact same mold as that Nakia figure, so expect a lot of similar parts from that Nakia. So we're going to have a look at probably the most important part of this figure, the head sculpt. It looks pretty interesting. So the head sculpt, next to some pictures of the actor, I don't think it necessarily looks like the actor. Basically, it doesn't really look 100% like the actor, but I do see it in some angles. You know, from some angles it does look like the actor, from others it really does not look like the actor at all. I think it looks pretty good. I really like all this, you know, she doesn't really have any hair, but it has this really interesting paint, which I'm trying to get on camera. I'm not sure if my camera will pick it up or not, but it's got a really interesting pattern going on here. You know, my lights are a bit too bright, but you can see the pattern that's going on throughout all that, you know, and I just think that's just really nice attention to detail, you know, and it sort of blends into the figure itself. So, you know, it's not too bad. So yeah, looks decent head sculpt, you know, decent head sculpt. The other parts of the body, you know, is fairly similar to what we've already seen in Nakia. It's a fairly similar body. All the paint is applied pretty well. It's got this gold paint here, and instead of, you know, this red, instead of the red and silver and orange type outfit, it's got this black and gold and yellow, probably a bit less vibrant than Nakia, but it does still look good, I think. And I think, of course, I forgot the actor's name who played Okoye, but she really did a good job, and I think that she's a really awesome character, Okoye, so I'm very happy to have this figure in my collection, especially considering Okoye is a key part in Infinity War as well. So I'm really excited for Infinity War, by the way. Stay tuned to some reviews coming soon. But yeah, this whole BAF just has a lot of detail. I really dig all this sculpt work, you know. The back of the figure looks nice as well. Yeah, I'm really digging it. I like it. I like it. I like it. Okay. So, articulation wise, it's pretty much expected. It's the same basic Marvel Legends articulation for a female buck. The head is on a ball hinge joint, so it looks up a really nice amount. You can get some nice dynamic poses with that. It does look down pretty much all the way. It does sit a bit high on the peg, so you will need to be mindful of the positioning of the head. It does, of course, swivel, and it pivots a little bit because of that gapping. So yeah, you can just see a bit of pivoting. Alright, arms fully rotate. They hinge all the way up. No bicep swivel. Single hinged elbow. Swivel at the elbow. Swivels at the wrist. And a horizontal hinge that moves in and out. Nice diaphragm joint that swivels, you know. Pivots. It crunches forward really nicely. Crunches back. Decent amount. A little bit of gapping there though. That's something that wasn't on the Nakia figure, was that there's a bit of gapping there as well. So I will note that. No waist swivel, legs are attached with your ball hinge joints. You know, they're just ball joints, so they move forward that far. They don't move back that far because of the sculpt and the skirt. The legs move outward that far, pretty nice. Thigh cut, double hinged knee, hinge at the foot that moves backwards and forwards a little bit, not so much forwards, and there is an ankle rocker pivot, and peg goes on the feet. So yeah, you know, I think overall, like, the figure's decent, but it's really, honestly, I would say for a BAF, it's pretty underwhelming. It's basically like your average 6-inch scale figure, and that's not something that I think BAFs should be. They should be a bit more effort. They should have at least a bit more effort that makes you feel like you've made something really awesome because you bought all 6 figures, you know. I understand that it may be free, like a free figure in a way, but you know, if you're gonna buy all the figures in a wave, you know, Hasbro should at least give you a decent figure that's fairly buff and big and, you know, really nice and impressive. This figure, it's impressive. I think the figure is impressive and it's a cool character, but I just don't think it's a good BAF. It's a lot of a similar situation to Mantis, I think, with this figure. So let's get into the comparisons, guys. So here is Okoye standing next to your average 6-inch scale Marvel Legend, and she does stand a bit shorter than the Bucky Cat mold, as you should expect from a female figure. So I think these two, you know, they do scale pretty well. Normal male body mold, and this is of course Okoye, so she should be a bit smaller than Shocker, I think. So yeah, good scale between the Bucky Cat mold and of course this Dora Milaje mold. So nice scaling there. And here she is standing next to an average 6-inch scale female Marvel Legend. So of course the Moonstone Buck here. And you know, the Moonstone Buck is a bit taller of a figure. And you know, I think that this is pretty accurate because I think that a lot of comic figures are a bit taller than the movie figures and stuff. But nonetheless, I think that a lot of comic figures, you know, they're a bit taller. But I think that especially on this female Buck, you know, they should be a bit taller. But nonetheless, I think that personally, they should be similar on the same level, but it's a bit taller than the Okoye BAF, so that's interesting to see at least. And here's Okoye standing next to the Black Widow from the MCU, and you can see that these two are in pretty decent scale with each other. You know, they're pretty much on par. Okoye is a little bit taller than Widow, so that's pretty accurate, I think. I think that the Dora Milaje are a lot taller than Black Widow, or just for that matter, any real female, you know. For most females, I think that the Dora Milaje, especially Okoye, should be taller than Widow, so I think that this is pretty accurate scale representation. So that's pretty cool. So here she is standing next to Scarlet Witch as well, and I don't really think this is really that good scale because I think Okoye should be a bit taller than Scarlet Witch at least. I guess she is in a way. I don't know. I thought she wasn't at first, but I can kind of see it now. Alright. Interesting to say the least. Alright, and here is Okoye standing next to all the other figures in the wave, and honestly guys, this is a solid wave, and it's not necessarily because of the BAF, it's because of the figures themselves are of good quality, you know? And I think this wave is really a good step in the right direction for Hasbro, and I think that they've really been improving their Marvel Legends this year. So yeah, now we're going to do a bit of ranking. The number 7 spot would go to Black Bolt. The number 6 spot would go to Nakia. The number 5 would probably be... Number 5, I'm willing to put Okoye. Number 4, Black Panther. Number 3, Iron Man. Number 2 is Eric Killmonger, and number 1 is Namor. So there you go, that's my rankings. And my reasoning for my rankings, number 7 is Black Bolt because Black Bolt's a bland figure. You know, really missed opportunity. The wings aren't detachable. You know, pretty much the paint's okay. The second head sculpt's pretty much the best thing about it. My Nakia is number 6 because it's just, you know, I don't really have that much connection to the character. I think the figure is a good figure. It's really nicely detailed, but it's just a really unimportant character for me. Okoye is number 5 because really, Okoye, while it's a good figure and I do like the character as well, I just don't think it's as good as some of the other figures in the wave. And number 4, I believe, is Black Panther. I think it's a good figure. You know, I really like this Black Panther figure, but again, I don't think it's as good as some other figures, as the other figures. Number 3, Iron Man. I think Iron Man's a really dope figure. It's a really nice Iron Man figure. I've been wanting a good Iron Man for a long time, especially a comic one, so Iron Man definitely deserves the number 3 spot. Number 2 goes to Eric Killmonger because that's just such a detailed figure. It's got so much detail. You know, I really think that Hasbro knocked it out the park. It's also a really good buck. Also not a reuse, so that's a really good thing. And number 1 is Namor, because Namor, honestly guys, Namor is really fun to pose. I think it looks good for a classic Namor. Namor's awesome. So Namor's number 1. So there you go. Really solid wave. If I had to rate the whole wave as a whole, oh dang. I'm going to put it out of 5 stars, okay? I'm going to put it out of 5 instead of 10. So I'd have to rate this probably a... I'm going to say it's a 4.5. 4.5 stars, you know, decent wave, really nice figures. Only one real bland one from this wave, so it's a 4.5 from me. So yeah, really dope wave. And in a 10 scale, it'd probably be something like a, I'd have to say it's probably a 9 out of 10. Just one dud, so yeah, not too bad. Not too bad of a wave, so I hope you guys enjoyed the review of Okoye and pretty much all the other figures in the wave, you know. I hope you guys enjoyed this review. If you did, really, hit the like button and subscribe. I'd really appreciate it, guys. You know, honestly, I think the overall figure itself, though, the figure of Okoye, I have to rate it probably a 7.5. It is a reuse, but I do like the character and I think it's a cool figure. So it's a 7.5 from me. Not a bad BAF. I think it's underrated in my opinion. So yeah, there you go, guys. That's my review. If you enjoyed it, please hit like and subscribe, like I said before. Also, be sure to hit the bell as well, you know, to ensure that my videos are in your feed. And yeah, guys, until next time, it's JPineapple signing out. Peace.